All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Salt Lake City Flyers and the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first of four berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A run here with Lynch, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is. And that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
He's crashing. He's getting.
On 2nd down now, it's Howell. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. A look there at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to look at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Manziel. And no way to get loose that time as Manziel goes down. And Oliver in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
Hey, Orbit. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Let's go.
Manziel. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Key to tight end.
2nd and 9 now. James has got it. Complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
There. He's coming.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Hey, Sam on.
Now Manziel under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 50. Leo. Showing up.
They'll set up a throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Get in the weight room.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. He'll look to throw. They dump it off to Lynch. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. It's a 4-yard pickup, and just like that, it's third down. Out of the gun now on third down. Throw left side complete. That's James. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Browns on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that is incomplete.
Popped up in the air. I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And taken right at the 35. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And given the elements, this might have been what we would have expected, Charles. Scoreless into the second quarter.
The elements have definitely played a part in this game, a big part. And I think that both teams have been a little slow to adjust their playbook and start playing to whatever their strengths are in these conditions.
2nd and 3. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there. 42 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A carry now for Lynch. Lynch fighting, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. First down, the run with Lynch. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Rock it.
They'll run on first down. It's Howell, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. On second down, it's Howell. Room here to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Go on. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. He's checking. Yeah.
Back to throw. And no way to get loose that time as Manziel goes down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Hey, lock it. Watch the twist. Ready.
They'll try and throw for it here. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds Douglas complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This one taken just inside the 10. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty great for them to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They're going to look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. And now it's second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
On second down now. It's Howell, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Check roll out.
And to give this time to the tailback. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or set packages, don't they?
They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So now fourth down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Well, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
Now back to throw. And he comes back with who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. They'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
55 mark, guy, 55. Rock it. Check three. Ready.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll run again with Lynch. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
No gain on the dump-off. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. 2nd down and inches. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
Back to throw here. This is brought in by Hardy. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a 1st down as well.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Tighten up.
Right back to him on 1st down. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Check 4. Hard.
On 1st down, Howell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him.
55 is my guy, 55. Look at me. Door. Watch twins.
Here's Manziel. And Thomas has it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
They'll run on first down. It's Howell, and he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Not a lot of headway on that carry, but when you're dealing with a defensive line that can cover up your center, sometimes you got to think about getting out of that play. Not going to be a lot of space when that happens.
Manziel toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. When you talk to these guys in training camp, these are the moments they say they live for. You're in a playoff game. It's tied, 4th quarter. Time for somebody to step up.
And can you execute under pressure? Because the pressure is intense right now. No one wants to be responsible for making the error that costs their team, but at the same time, who's going to be responsible for making the play that gives the advantage to your team? Who's going to break out? Just what you said.
On first down, it's Lynch. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he gets it down to the 32.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
They run on first down, but it only... produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. Well, we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
So now the Browns down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise at this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now Manziel. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Back to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Go, go. Hey, lock it.
Pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He'll look to throw. He gets it to Thomas, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Go. Check Mike 27. Check Mike 20. Hey, stand off. Check 99. Check 9.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Roll out. Jim.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Single slot.
They'll look to throw here. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it, just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
Bravo! Check 55 to Mike! Check 55 to Mike! Look at me! Go! Check nickel! Now!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, wahoo! Let's bring it. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Look, squeeze. He's not gonna get me. Switch. Ready?
2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Switch. There. Get it.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And that's how this one ends in dramatic fashion in overtime with the interception. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.